What is going on, ladies, gentlemen, and beautiful people? I hope everyone is having an amazing night so far. We're about to get started in just a couple of minutes. Before I do, all right, let's make sure everything is all good and set up. All right, so give me like one more minute and we'll be back on. We're gonna make this a real quick session. We're gonna teach the Webslinger. We're gonna teach how to trade live. All right, so I'm actually gonna be taking some live positions tonight. All right, so stay tuned because you don't want to miss this. All right, let's get it. All right. Let me start the live recording. All right, and I believe we are active right now, so I hope everyone's having an amazing night, as I said so far. If you can see my screen and if you can hear my voice, do me a favor, type the number 1 in the chat for me one time. If y'all could do me a solid, type the number 1 in the chat for me. If you can see my screen, if you can hear my voice. All right, let me see, because I'm looking at the OBS right now, and okay, it's supposed to be showing my screen. Y'all can see my screen for real? Let me know. Let me know, because I want to make sure we're good before we get moving. All right. All right, just make sure everything is okay, because we are on Zoom. All right, so nobody can see my screen right now. Hold on. Let me fix this for you. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop the virtual camera, and I'm going to play from... All right, there we go, and let me share my screen. This is pretty slow. All right, let me check out I have a direct connection, but let me see what's going on over here, because this is pretty slow. It's running real slow right now. All right. All right. So I don't really want this to be jumping around. As far as like being slow with the stream, should be quick. I mean, I don't know why I would have problems, but I can't see two of my other routers. It's a direct connection, but let me know if y'all can see this really clear. If you can see, if you can see everything right, if you can hear everything right, type 777 if you do. All right, I like to see it. All right, so everything is clear. Okay, just want to make sure, quality matters, guys. The quality definitely does matter. So I'm gonna have to do this without the OBS fancy stuff, but all right, cool. So today, what we're gonna be covering the Webslinger strategy, which is a trending strategy. All right, and we are also going to be live trading as well. Okay, so what I did was I brought it back to this basic chart over here on Tradingview. So I know over the last 2 days, I've been showing you some Tradingview and basically how to understand the basics of it, so on and so forth. When you have Tradingview, you're either going to see it in the light mode or the dark mode. I'm a fan of the dark mode, but everyone has their own different preferences. So I'll show you how to quickly adjust the settings real quick, just so it can be easier for you. You know what I mean? As far as like how you read the charts, so on and so forth. So what I like to do is if I'm going to do the light theme, if I'm going to do the white background, then I'm just going to switch up a couple of things. Like for example, blue represents profits. Red represents, you know, market moving down or whatever the case may be. So check this out. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna switch everything to blue. All right, so that way you can see how it looks when it's on the blue red theme. All right, there we go. Something like this, was good enough for me back then. Standard, you're gonna see a green and red. But if you want to switch it around, you absolutely can. I do like to change it to the dark theme. So all I have to do is just click on my profile over here on the upper left, and then I switch it to dark mode. All right, you confirm yes. It's gonna change a couple of things for you, and then here we go. This is the dark mode. Okay, and while it's here, I like to adjust it, even more. So I'm gonna right click it. I'm gonna click on settings. All right, and I'm gonna switch just a couple of things up. On the dark mode, I kind of like the white red theme, so I'm gonna switch it up, give it a little bit of a transparency. Kind of fade it out a little bit so it's not, so the contrast ain't too crazy. All right, so more on the body. So we bring it in kind of like that. Something a little more easy on the eyes. All right, and from here, I'm gonna go over to canvas, and I'm gonna make this like a solid black gradient, and I'm gonna make it like a charcoal gray. So it's gonna be like a black blend with charcoal gray. All right, so it looks like that. It gives a little more contrast on the candle, so it pops a little bit. Just whatever that's gonna work for you. You can switch it up however you would like, and you'll be good with that. Now, I personally don't like the grid, all right, because the drawing tools is already gonna kind of tell me where the market is at. Looking at the right, I can see the exchange rate, so I don't need the full grid. I don't need that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is right over here on grid lines, I'm gonna select none. All right, and you can see how much more clear that is. When I'm looking at my charts, I like for it to look good. I like for it to look clear. I don't really like for it to look too busy. I don't like it when it's too busy. Okay, so right over here, as you know, we can always start with our SRT, support resistance trend lines. Now I went over this the last 2 days, and so what I'll do is in a very quick way, all right, you're gonna see me kind of work fast over here. All right, in a very quick way, I'm gonna get into this, and We are going to zoom it out. There we go. Okay. And I'm good. I'm good like this. Okay. So I'm on the weekly chart. Okay. I zoomed out completely. I leave a little room to the right. I leave a little room to the left. And as you can see, this brings me back all the way to 1971. All right. So now I'm just going to do my markups real quick. I taught you support, resistance, trend lines. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be starting with my highs and then working with my lows. All right. And then we're going to keep it just like that. I'm going to go kind of more onto the more relevant stuff, which is like right now, levels that actually matter right now. So I'm not wasting any time. All right. Now I'm working on lows. I'm working on the support areas, okay, otherwise known as the floor areas, okay. And here we are. I am on the weekly chart. To bring this down all the way to the 4 hour, okay, you can go to the exchange rates and you could kind of click on it to move it up, so you can kind of have more of a more of a view as to what's going on, what's the deal. All right, so as you can see, there's some slight movement to the upside. All right, not quite a sharp trend, but something that's worthy of note. So I could just put it right up here. These levels will probably hit another time. And okay, so I see where we are over here. I can zoom in and we could get really, really, really detailed. But like I said, when I get on the charts these days, I'm just pretty quick with it. All right. So horizontal rays are my favorite. I don't really like to use the full horizontal line because I don't need it to go left. I want to know what's happening right now in this time. All right. Okay. More of a lighter uptrend right on this side. It seems to be respecting. All right. All right. So I'm done with my 4 hour. Let's go into the 30-minute. And you can kind of go down as you wish. I could have went to the 1 hour chart, but I'm just gonna keep it pretty simple for myself over here. There are trends within trends within trends. So it's important that we see what's really good. Okay, I can actually see some levels that the market is respecting right now as basically support, resistance areas. Okay, so you see why I don't need the grid lines. If I were to use the grid lines, it would just be too much. So like, let me just kind of show you, right? So yeah, it would be just a little too much for me because these squares are invisible to me at the very least. It's like the squares, the top, the bottom, and the sides is, I mean, all four sides is not really relevant to what the actual market is doing. So this is why I don't need the grid lines, and I just focus on my SRT lines. So that's why I don't have it, because it'll just look too busy. Um, okay, so here we are over here. Let's go down to the 5 minute, right? And just off of SRTs, which is support resistance trend lines, we can get into some positions. This is basically naked trading. All right, this is naked Forex. We could, just trade solely on breaks and retests. All right, so we'll wait for different levels to break and see if it retests on the opposite area, or we could just, trade while the market is consolidating. We can sell at the highs, buy at the lows, and just, keep it just like that. But then again, life could be a lot more easier when we are using indicators. And we went over indicators, the day before yesterday, yesterday as well, when we went into it with the simple scalper strategy in full. All right, and so today, what I'm going to teach you is the Webslinger. Okay, so let me bring out my pencil. You guys know I like to do this. I like to provide visuals. All right, or as close as I could get to visuals to really get some of my points across. Um, All right. So here we go. All right. So whenever the market is consolidating like this, going from one point to another, let me make it a little thinner. All right. When it's zigzagging up and down, okay, that's basically the market consolidating. Okay. So this consolidation, the idea would be to sell at the high points, right? Buy at the low points. That would be the idea. Okay. That's the idea. However, there are times when the market is trending. So if the market is trending up, all right, it's never really going to go straight up. It's really going to zigzag up. All right, you're going to have some pullbacks, the continuation to that trend, right? So the idea is while the market is trending up, that, you know, you catch it, right? Right as the market is respecting, all right, the bottom part of the uptrend line, okay? That's ideally what you would like to do. Now, in a downtrend, all right, it's going to be zigzagging down. You're going to have pullbacks. There's a little bigger than others, right? But in the downtrend, right, the idea is to sell, all right, right at the bottom part of the downtrend on the way down, okay? That's the idea, right? The best positions to get in at is to get in positions before a trend even begins, right? So this is when the market is consolidating. And this is where we use the simple scalper strategy, right? Or any scalping strategy, really. Okay. Now, when the market is trending, that is the best time to use the Webslinger. That works best when the market is trending. So, oops. So the market is going to trend up or down. All right. So the market is going to trend up or is going to trend down. But again, the best time to capture a trend is before it even begins. And so when I created the perfect counterpart to the simple scalper, because the simple scalper is good for just nitpicking at the market, right? But I needed something that was going to be effective when it came to trending. I needed that perfect counterpart. And I spent so many months really developing this strategy, utilizing different indicators that were meant for trending and all that good stuff, right? And finally, I created a very simple trending strategy, and I thought of Spider-Man, you know, because if you look at the simple scalper, you know, it's like those of us from New York, we just like to get in, get our cut, and be out. Like that's really it, right? Now trending, you know, you're taking big swings. You're swing trading, all right, whenever the markets are trending. Like if you're swing trading and the markets are trending on your side, you're loving life, right? And so when you're in New York City, you're thinking of swinging, you're looking up at all these buildings, you're looking up, you in the hood, right? You think of something, you know, taking swings, you kind of, you know, think of Spider-Man from Queens. So I named this strategy Webslinger, okay? Now these are OG strategies that I developed over 5 years ago, right? But I want to teach them to you tonight because not only have they made history, you know, literally helping countless others trade to get paid in the markets. People who's taught my strategies were able to make big names for themselves. So, so with that said, all right, let's begin with the simple. Let's begin with the Webslinger strategy. I already went over the whole simple scalper yesterday, and if you missed it, you could go into the Instagram channel right now. I posted the recording. It is on my YouTube channel. Okay. And if you happen to miss anything, then you can catch it on my YouTube channel, or you can actually capture it right over here. So if you go to mineonbillions.pro, let me remove this. If you go to mineonbillions.pro, okay, you could hover your mouse on trading, and right over here, free trading blueprint. All right, you're gonna be able to see, all right, that I have the different videos that you could watch. So whatever it was that you missed, all right, you could be able to capture it here. This is where I'm gonna be posting it at. And then here's a couple of link buttons, right, for your convenience, because I do reference those. I do reference websites you got to visit for certain things on these videos. So for your convenience, they're all here, right? Now, now let's get back. Let's get back to this. Okay, I am going to be teaching you the web slinger, and the web slinger is going to use a special indicator. Okay, as a matter of fact, it's going to use a special indicator, and that indicator is called the moving average ribbon. All right. So before, look, this is at the time before TradingView even had this, as a part of their main or one of the main ones. They had the moving average ribbon. Okay. So the moving average ribbon, this is really like a dumber down version of it, but the moving average ribbon consists of multiple key moving averages, right? And so what you could do right over here, okay, is you could double click on this, okay, and on the inputs, you can switch this up, okay? So for me, all right, what I'll do is I'll go from 5, all right, and I'll just keep it at at the real like key levels, really. All right. So what I'll do is I'll put 5, 25, okay, 50. All right. Wow. This is just changing up the numbers on me, huh? All right. 100 right here. Actually, no, let's do 75. And then I'll put another moving average on this that represents 95, as a matter of fact, not 100. I'll do 95. But essentially, I could put this all in the same color. So if I change all these colors to, let's say, like a purplish color, all right. Okay. Now you can actually start to see how this begins to form, right? And so let me throw on another one. Let me throw on another EMA, exponential moving average. And right in here, I'll make it that same purple color. And on the style, on the inputs, I'll do 95. Boom, there you go. Now in the web slinger, okay, what I did was on the web slinger, what I did was I put a bunch of moving averages in between, but these were always the main levels: 5, 25, 50, 75, 95. These were always the main levels. And so what it's going to show me, it's going to show me a couple of things. Um, most likely when we're on the higher time frames, for those of us that are trading traditional forex, it's like massive opportunities that it's going to show us. And so look, I have actually 2 really good examples over here. Let me adjust this accordingly, right? Yep. All right, I got 2 phenomenal examples right over here where you can identify how you get into the market before a trend even begins. All right, this is going to be big because a lot of you are going to be able to have access to it, and I already have the old school, the OG template that I created long ago. Long ago. This is before HFX. This is before any of that stuff. This is way before I even became an IM educator back in the days. I'm no longer an IM, by the way, but this was way before that, okay? And so let me teach you how it goes. So remember, we go for the moving average ribbon. I could do another moving average ribbon, okay, as opposed to just one more EMA, whatever. I could do another one, okay? But I'm just gonna keep it simple, okay? Now, once you do those inputs that I showed you, 5, 25, 75, 95, and all that good stuff. Okay. Now you're going to be able to identify opportunities, right, in a trending market before a trend even begins. Now we're looking at this on the 5 minute. This is one of the beautiful things about the Webslinger is that even though there's a momentum and a trending based strategy, I can use this on a lower time frames and still be effective. That's rarely seen. Okay, it happens, right? But it's rarely seen. So I just put a vertical line right where, right on certain candles that I want you to pay attention to. So let's first pay attention to the bullish candle right over here and how you could get in, all right, while the market is going up. How can you tell, right? Well, when we use the moving average ribbon, right, when we do it in a way with EMAs, as you saw, I switched it from simple moving averages on the MA ribbon to EMAs instead. I prefer EMAs much better. Now, right over here, I want you to pay attention. Okay, let me zoom this in. I'm gonna zoom it in because I really want y'all to see this. Okay. All right. I'm bringing out my pen again, y'all. All right. Look. All right. So notice, okay, these candles here. All right. First of all, it hit a support level. Now we know this is a support level because we did our markups starting at the high time frames. We did our markup starting at the weekly, and we went down from the weekly to the 4 hour, from the 4 hour to the 30 minutes, to 30-minute time frame. We know that this is a key support level. So off of SRTs alone, it's hitting the support level. Okay, we already know that's one confirmation. All right, so that's one. All right, we already know. All right, it's going to start heading up at this point. This is a heads up. Okay, now this collection of candles over here, all right, starts effectively moving up, and the 5 moving average crosses up the other moving average, the other exponential moving averages. Once we see that price has crossed up this point right there, that is a confirmation for buy. That is a main confirmation for buy right there. Now, if we pay attention, okay, if we pay attention, we notice, okay, check this out. 3 candles later, all right, it's still moving up. 3 candles later, all right, it clears. So when it comes to binary options, especially, all right, did I do this on Zoom or hold on? Okay, I did it on Desk Scribble. All right, so let me bring this out again, because you know Zoom also has that that whiteboard feature. So all right, canvas. Let me switch to canvas. Desktop background. Okay. All right, so right over here, okay, we notice 3 candles later, it's still going up. This is why when it comes to the web slinger, all right, why this is, all right, stick. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't wanna write like I'm in 3rd grade with these big old letters. All right. Okay, boom. All right, so this is why this strategy right here, the web slinger, all right, is one of my favorite binary option strategies. All right, excuse my writing, okay? So it's one of my favorite binary option strategies because I know, all right, that this strategy specifically, most of the time, it follows my 3 candle rule. All right, so my 3 candle rule is how I identify how much time is needed on the binary option trade. So binary option, all right, is trading based on time. All right, and my 3 candle rule is going to be a safe indication to tell me how much time I should put on my binary options trade. All right, so that's my time expiration indication. Straight up, okay? So I created 3 candle rule, all right, when it comes to my strategy. So all my strategies follow the 3 candle rule. Now, if I took, all right, a binary options trade and I went for a buy for 15 minutes, I'm on a 5-minute chart, okay? So each candle represents, right, what price has done, all right, in a matter of 5 minutes, whether the market is going up or down, all right? So the bearish candles where price is moving down, those are the red candles. All right. When you see the candles are white, that means price is moving up. All right. So this is what I'm looking at. Just a quick recap. All right. This is telling me what I need to know. The market is going up right at this point. I got my trigger for a buy. 3 candles later, that's a clear. Now, if I wanted to trade on traditional Forex, this works perfect as well, because I would have done a market execution trade, which means an immediate buy. Okay, so buy for binary, but I will also have been able to buy on traditional Forex. Now, when we look right at what's going on, if we use the measure tool right over here, right on the left hand side, look at that, the measure tool, right, from the very point that it crossed up all of my moving average ribbons, right? I could have just held that trade. I could have held that trade. Look, all the way to got to this high. And that would have been for me, because we are, you know, trading on a Japanese yen, you know, currency pair. All right, that would have been 93 pips for me. Okay, so what that means is if I was trading, all right, if I was trading on a $1 lot, 93 pips would have made me $934 gross profit. If I was trading 10 standards, which I could show you accounts where trading 15 standards, 10 standards is the normal, right? Listen, on a 10 standard trade on regular Forex, that would have made somebody $9,340, right? So it's going to start off low. You're going to make your $10 here, your $20 there as a trader. Then that eventually is going to get to $50, $100 days, right? 3-figure days, 4-figure days, $1,000. That's when it gets real interesting, as I said before. But what happens when it starts getting even bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger? It's going to start off small at first, but keep the big vision in mind. There are billionaire traders in the Forex space. George Soros is one of them. And if you can't tell already, the United States is ran by companies with a large, tremendous amount of assets. Money talks, period. Okay, you got all these big figureheads trading Forex as a means to get bread. All right, and while the manipulation of the currencies are existing, there's always going to be really big opportunities for all the ones that are huge behind the scenes. For me and you, the retail traders, all we could do is get in and get out with the bag as soon as possible. We don't want to overstay our welcome when it comes to the market. Trading is a gambling, but the house will always win. All right, so even if you're trading and you're seeing profits, you want to keep throwing it in there, and you're getting a little too ahead of yourself, you're getting too happy, you can end up losing when you just won. So the goal is, it got to be like a heist. You got to get in, you got to get out, and that's it. Call it a night. That's it, right? So this strategy works beautifully for traditional Forex and also for binary options. So how do you calculate what's going to be your stop loss, what's going to be your take profit, what's going to be your entry price? Okay, so real simple. Okay, I'll use my horizontal ray. Right at the cross, right over here, boom. Right when we get that buy confirmation, okay, using the Webslinger strategy, all right, what we're going to do is, since it's a buy, we're going to use the long position tool. Remember, long is another word for buy, right? I'm going to go long on this trade. That means I'm going to go in for a buy. or I'm gonna take this trade up, right? So use the long position tool, you click on it, boom. Now you're gonna first adjust your stop loss. There's your safety net, so you're not losing money that you're not willing to risk, okay? So let's say I went in for a 25 pip stop loss, okay, right here, 25 pips, right, 25.2, right? But you could adjust it, make it real perfect if you want, but it's real simple. All right, 25 pips, okay? Now from there, you could adjust your target. All right, so if you do a 1-to-1 ratio, that means you're risking 25 pips, okay, to make 25 pips. That could be your take profit 1. Take profit 2 could be a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio where you're risking 25 pips to make 50 pips. All right, or a 3-to-1 ratio where you're willing to risk 25 pips to make 75 pips, okay? All right. And so it's going to show us the numbers right over here on the right hand side. So check this out. Okay. So whenever you're using a long position tool to determine what's going to be your stop loss, all right, and this is going to be your take profit. Okay. When you see that, all right, what's highlighted in blue, this is going to show you your take profit right over here. So that is 159.731 yen. Okay. So this is the exchange rate right over here. Okay. The stop loss, all right, as you can see down here, all right, is 158.726. We can actually make this 731 just so it's like perfect, just so it's perfectly 75 pips for a 25 pip stop loss. All right, so there you have it. All right, and your entry price would be right over here. As soon as this crosses up, that'll be your entry price. If you wanted to do, a pending order, that would be, kind of interesting to do using the Webslinger strategy here, because you're actually waiting for the cross up, and you don't know what level that's actually going to be in, right? But as far as market execution, instant execution is concerned, you can do that with traditional forex. So forex, real simple. Okay, this is how you calculate it. Use the long position tool for a buy. All right. For binary, 3 candle rules. So we're looking at a 5-minute chart. All right, 5 minutes times 3 is what? 15 minutes. That'll be a really good time expiration. Now, if the market is moving faster than normal, then it's okay. You can take a 5-minute to 15-minute position for binary, okay? But for regular forex, okay, you could use the long position tool for buys and the short position tool for a sell. All right. Is everyone with me so far? Type 777 chat if you're with me so far. I don't want to lose nobody. All right, let me know. Let me know what's up. All right, and remember, this recording is going to be up, so you're always going to be able to rewatch, review, relearn, all that good stuff. But you also got me too, so don't get shy, because I know there's a lot of individuals over here that's like, yo, I want to ask him a question, but I'm not sure. Don't even worry about it. Just hit me up. I got you. At the end of the day, listen, I'm doing this for a reason. The reason why I'm doing this is because I know there's going to be a point where I'm already contracted, I'm going to be booked a lot, and I'm going to be traveling a lot again. And, I'm going to have another busy couple of years and whatnot. But for right now, while I'm transitioning, just enjoy the free value. Enjoy the free value, okay? So as far as the indicator settings is concerned, as I already showed y'all, because I saw it in the chat, and you know what? I'm going to answer questions in the chat a little later, but let me just show you this real quick. So again, we go into the settings, and I basically, with the moving average ribbon, all right, everything is set to EMA instead, okay, a EMA, exponential moving average, or if you try to find an indicator that's moving average exponential, All right, and I set my levels to 5, 25, 50, 75. All right. Now I'm gonna give the template. So I'm gonna save. I'm gonna give the template for the OG Webslinger. You're gonna have it, and it's gonna be easy. I'm gonna show you how you can install it. So remember, to get Tradingview is free. It's pretty simple. Go over to mineonbillions.pro/free-chart, and you'll be able to see it there. Also on the free trading blueprint. Also on the free trading blueprint page over here, you can just catch all the lessons on the playlist over here. But you can click on TradingView right over here, and this will hook you up with a nice discount. I think it's like, I'm not sure what it is. I don't even know. I don't even know what the discount is, but I know it'll hook you up with something. All right. So with that said, we're done with the long position tool to basically help us with the levels for stop loss, take profit, etc. Binary, is the 3 candle rule. Okay, now let's talk about a sell. How can you identify a sell? All right, using the Webslinger. Okay, now real simple. Okay, same thing. We noticed the market was hitting this resistance point, right? We noticed it's been hitting this resistance point right over here. So the market's touching this resistance point. It's kind of like a ceiling. So if the market isn't breaking it, it's going to respect it. So we saw that it didn't break after multiple touches. It just didn't break. And it started to move down. Okay. So this right here was a confirmation for a sell. Okay. This is the confirmation. Remember, SRT, support, resistance, trend lines. In this case, this is resistance. We got the resistance. All right, we got the resistance indication right over here that, hey, look, the market is respecting this level. It's only a matter of time before this thing dropped, right? So it started to drop after multiple touches, okay? So now over here, what we're looking at is the series of candles that's starting to cross down. Sometimes it's one candle that crosses down all the moving averages, which is a even stronger indication, but sometimes it's a collection of candles that cross it. And so over here, we see it's a collection of, about 5 candles that starts to cross it. As soon as it crosses, you don't need to wait for the candle to close. I know some people ask that. Should I wait for the candle to close? Should I wait for the candle to close? And my answer for that is no. As soon as you start seeing price crossing down the final, all right, moving average on the Webslinger, that's when you need to take action. I would take a sell right there. Now look, 3 candles later, all right, the market is still below, all right, where it crossed at. This is a winning trade right over here, 3 candle rule. All right, that's a 15-minute position. 15-minute position for binary. All right, very simple. If you follow the 3 candle rule, right? Remember, 5-minute chart. Okay, this cross down. All right, I'm gonna put my time expiration for 3 candles. That's 15 minutes. Okay, look, boom. All right, cleared. That would have been a clear. Now for traditional Forex, this will be the exchange rate right over here. Okay, somewhere over here. All right, let's actually use a horizontal ray over here. Okay, so right at this cross, bam, right here, 159.787. Right at this cross, if I was trading regular Forex, this time I'm going to use a short position tool. Remember, short is another word for sell. All right, so what I'll do first is I'll click on it. I'll address the stop loss first. We do the same thing. We could risk 25 pips. All right, and we're going to make it a 3-1. So risk 25 pips to make 75 pips. Bingo. All right, boom, right there. It's going to give us the levels, okay? 160.038 for the stop loss on the sell. All right, take profit. If we're doing a 3-1, 159.037. All right, there you go. There you go. All right, you got what you need To make a Forex trade, to make a sell, you got what you need to make a binary trade. Anyone that ever told you that any of my strategies were only meant for binary is just a liar. Okay? It's the most funniest thing on planet Earth. You can use it for crypto, you can use it for indices, you can use it for Forex, you can use it for binaries, you can use it for all types of trading, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you that right now. Trust me, I've been using it for years. I developed this strategy. I can tell you. But of course, according to certain business arrangements, certain contracts, I have to stay sharp. They said, nope, there's just going to be a binary strategy. And if anyone asks, they're going to tell them, okay, yeah, that strategy only works for binary. It was just to collect your bread. You know, once you sign a contract, they own you, bro. They own you, bro. Bruh. They owe you, man. But you know, with me, I come out with one strategy after another, so it never phases me. I have one update after another. Another one. And another one. And another one. You know what I mean? So we all good in that department. You know, there's plenty of more where it came from. So look, this is what you do when you want to set up for the forex. You know, when you want to set up for a forex position, when you want to set up for a binary position, utilizing these strategies. So now let's move everything. Let's clear everything. All right, and we actually going to put this to practice right now. But before we do so, let me know if you got some questions before we actually start looking to take a live trade. All right, because I really want to see it. Yeah, I'm good on this. Let me remove this real quick. All right. So let me see if we got any questions right now before I actually start to. All right. If you ask me questions before, retype those questions because I don't want anything to get lost in the shuffle. David Bean says this is amazing. Thank you, David. I appreciate you. Vance asks, okay, how would you know when to hold it? I don't hold it. You know, it's gonna eventually hit my levels one way or another. The only way I will hold it is if it's never gonna hit my stop loss and take profit for forex. When it comes to binary options, is a time expiration. You literally can't hold it, right? Because there is a time expiration to your trade. All right, we all good here? Type 111 in the chat if you want me to move on and get to this bag. Let me know when you want me to get to this bag, y'all. All right, we're gonna beat up the market so bad. You know what the market is gonna tell us? Daddy, chill. The market is gonna be beat up so bad. The market is gonna be asking us to chill. All right. So listen, I know for some of you, this is gonna be the first time you trade, and so with that said, gonna have a little bit of anxiety when that time expiration is about to hit. I'm having too much fun with this, y'all. I can't even lie. I'm having too much fun with this. All right, so look, this is what we're gonna do. We are actually gonna take a trade. All right, so here we go. All right, here we go. We're on a 5-minute chart anyway. This is perfect. All right, we're gonna adjust a couple things. All right, boom, there's more of an accurate level. Look, we see a cross down happening right now. Okay, we see a cross down happening right now. I'm looking at Euro JPY right now. I'm like, okay, this is most likely going to be a good. Look at this. This is already dropping. It's already dropping. Sheesh. All right, so let me use one of these practice joints. All right, and Euro JPY is what we're going to be going for. Euro JPY. Okay. Now, there's some brokers that have OTC. I don't really like to trade with OTC because, you know, you won't actually get reliable data on the analysis side. But look, right over here, we're looking at this. All right, so I am interested in taking let's do a 3-minute trade, okay? Because it looks like the market is going to move a little faster than normal. So I am going to go for a 3-minute position. All right. And if you're just starting out, you want to go a little conservative. All right. And lower, higher, this means buy, this means sell, something simple like that. Ideally, we want to catch a high point, all right, when we go in for the sell. Ideally, but when we scalping the market real quick, we want to make sure we go in. Now, let me see. Let's bring this to a 5-minute. Okay, right over here. Let's look at the actual data. All right, looks like this is gonna actually be a 3-candle trade. Okay, let's do the 3-candle trade. All right, so we are in a 5-minute 5-minute time frame. So this is gonna have to be a 15-minute trade. It's gonna have to be a 15-minute trade. So 15 minutes. We got to give it 3 candles at least, so the market can have time to move in our favorite direction. All right, we saw that it wicked over here. It's probably it's probably gonna go a little higher, but this should be okay already. And we could see it's gonna be fluctuating back and forth. It's normal. It's part of the game. Is what it does. All right. All right, but at the same time, I see it's a little bit of a support area right here. All right, and so it may take a little bit of time. Right at 158.700. Let's take a look at the news real quick. All right, I don't see any updates on JPY except for this one, 7:30 p.m. That was an update that was actually good for the currency. And okay, so on the pair that ends with JPY, the market is probably should be going down. All right. All right, right over here, it's wicking. There's 2 minutes left before this candle closes. It's going to be the 9:30 candle that's going to close. Keep it real simple. Then we're going to look at another pair and go in for a quicker position. If I wanted to take a much quicker position, I'll bring everything down to the 1 minute. Okay, and I would have to be really precise on a 1 minute chart before I take it, because it is very volatile to do a 1 minute trade. All right, because it's too tight. When your strike price is too close to the expiration price, the market probably won't even move enough to move away from the strike price. It'll be in and out, in and out, in and out. But it's one of those things that you have to just accept. Okay. Now, when you're more confident on the position, like, all right, I want to enter a sell, and it's already high, and that's the name of the game. You want to sell when the market is high. You want to buy when the market is low. When you're more confident in a trade, then you can put up a little bit more in a way that will make sense. Okay. Eventually, you probably want to go even more in, right? So it all depends, but everyone starts somewhere, and so there's no judgment here, y'all. All right. And let me actually bring this down to a 1 minute position. Looking at this 1 minute chart. So if I see it get to a very specific point, then I'll take a 1 minute trade. So right over here. So if I see it touching this point, then I could go in for a quick 1 minute sell, because I'm getting a confirmation on the 1 minute chart. So 1 to 3 minute position, I'll be high. All right, we're looking good. See this? This is winning. Payout 39 bucks, right? On a 15-minute position. Like I said, it's going to start off with, $10, $15, $20 profits. Eventually, as your account grows and you start taking more bigger risks, then you can actually start to profit more, right? So look, okay, this is great. So look, it's gonna reach this little support point. I can actually take a little buy over here off of the 1 minute, but I have to catch it right where it's on it. So I want y'all to develop the same habit of being very picky on your positions, right? Because if you just kind of, just trade, just because you hype, you just want to do it, and you're not getting the an exact entry price, right? Then you could be losing some accuracy in your positioning. All right. All right. If I went with EJ over here, I don't recommend this one anymore. This is the OG one, is my old one. But these are overseas brokers, and sometimes they could get a little interesting. So I don't really recommend this anymore. But it's been the one I've been building with for a long time. Um, so that's why I still have it around. But uh, I wouldn't recommend that one. I have another one. I'm actually back testing right now. That has like a good user interface, a quick one, which is like key for binary options traders. Um, so yeah, let's see what the deal is. And these are quick 1 minute, so again, they're very volatile, guys. As you can see, okay, super volatile, and it doesn't even look like it's following this trading view guide over here. All right, so here's more of a specific point on the 1 minute. More specific point on the 1 minute. Bam. Looks like it's gonna test 158.700, which is an institution level. Levels like that, it attracts a lot of buyers and sellers. So like I said, this is like a tug of war, if you will, between buyers and sellers. So notice it kept coming down to touch this level multiple times, but it respected it right over here. So basically, it's starting to become, uh, trapped. The market is starting to get cornered a little bit When the market starts to get cornered, then a breakout ends up happening, right? So when you're trading based on the 1 minute, based on the 5 minute, then it could get like, it could get pretty interesting, spiked in, spiked out, all that good stuff. But when you start actually, positioning yourself on the higher time frames, remember the higher time frames are stronger confirmations. So yes, you can actually set your time expiration to be, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours. And some people, get impatient. They want those 1 minute trades. But with the way the market moving, with the way the market is moving these days, I would just say trade the setup, right? You got to trade the setup. Don't go in because something looks halfway good and you could probably get away with a 1 minute trade. You want to trade the setup, right? So if you see a good setup on a 15-minute chart, go on a trade based on that. If you see a good setup on a 1 minute chart, hey, look, go on a setup based on that too. But look at everything. Okay, look at everything and go for accuracy more than anything else. That's the one slice of advice that I could give you on that. So the market is going to go up and down all around. So if you see the market is moving up right over here, right, these levels is moving up, but there's a 30-minute chart. See what I'm saying? So if you see the market moving up and you enter a buy and the market expires in your favor, well, you just won the trade. If you enter a sell, right, and the market moves in your favor, then you could profit on that trade too. So you make money whether the market goes up or down or all around. But for the most part, you know, this strategy, the Webslinger strategy works best when the market is casading. All right, so now let me show you the OG Webslinger. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here to my indicator templates, and we're gonna go. Hello? I thought I heard myself double. All right. We're gonna go to the OG version. Now this is more of a custom indicator, right? But I gave you the real basic one for the most part. I know I have a more newer one for you too. It's not 3.0 for sure. It's not that. I have a newer version of the older one. Oh, here we go. OG Webslinger. There we go. Boom. All right. I mean, it's still kind of an upgrade. Let me change the background. Again, you can change the colors however you see fit. Forgot what color scheme I had it on here, but let me just keep it simple. I'll keep it just like that. Okay. So on the Web Slinger, okay, not only did I have the moving average ribbon, but I also had the Ichimoku clouds, which is another trending based strategy. All right. And I also entered a couple of things over here. So this template, I'm actually going to gift to you. All right. So I'm going to go over here to my ideas, which I have a bunch of stuff on here. It's the OG Web Slinger right over here. Yep. All right. So how can you put it on your chart, right? Well, once you click the link that I'm gonna send you, because I'm gonna click this link. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna copy this link and I'm gonna drop it right here in the Zoom. So basically, what you want to do once you click the link is you want to click on share, bam, and then click on make it mine. All right, so that way you can actually have the template. All right, and And here you go. Here's a couple of the rules that's gonna help you out. Let me drop the link right. Let me drop the link right here in the chat. All right, and then I'm gonna answer some questions. I'm actually sending a link right now. So if you click on that link, right, and you click on share, and then you click on make it mine, right? So look, when you click on share, you click on make it mine, then you can enter it on your trading view. Okay. And so yeah, let me all right, cool. So that's the OG, that's the OG version. If you want version number one, sheesh. Look, yo, look, check this out. Okay, right over here, I have, look, Simple Scalper, June 30, 2018. This is way before HFX. HFX was launched in March of 2019, right? So I already had the new versions of the Simple Scalper way ahead of time. And then we look at, I created a strategy called Bounce Back before I heard of Bounce Back in the last company. And I was like, damn, I need to change the name for that one. All right, so look, here we go. Okay, so the Webslinger, all right. I think this is, yeah, this is the super original version, I believe. This was, yeah, I think I finalized it at this point. That was January 2019. All right, so as time goes on, I could bless you guys with some even more advanced strategies. But this right here, I'm giving you this version, OG Webslinger, which I did, put some modern touches to it. So you're gonna get this one, and you already have the link in your chat in regards to that. So does anyone have any questions before we conclude tonight? All right. Keep in mind, thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Eva. Thank you. Thank you, Holly. Thank you. iPhone, raised hand. All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unmute everybody and feel free to unmute yourself if you have any question, okay? So let me make sure I unmute. Okay. So anyone who has a question, you're free to unmute yourself right now. I'll be more than happy to answer your question. You're very welcome, Albert. You're very welcome, Jazz. I appreciate you. Jazz, you're always showing love. I appreciate you. Diane, you too. You too. Does the pullback strategy still work for the web slinger? Absolutely. Yeah. So the pullback strategy, what that is basically like, if the market is moving up, it's trending up, and it has a little pullback, right? And it touches one of the lines of the web slinger, yeah, you can definitely take positions there. Absolutely. David, I'm ready to learn. Thank you for being amazing. I appreciate you, David. Thank you, Jazz, once again. All right, so once again, if you do not have a binary broker, just simply go over here to binary setup, binarysetup.com. All right. Oh, snap. Forgot the little slashes.
Hey Nes, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Hey, how you doing, boss? Been following you for years, big fan of your work. Definitely got me on the HFX wave. So I've been trading pocket option for a minute. So I just quick question was like, so you know how you were trading like the EJ, the Euro JPY?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like what is like the difference with like the OTC pairs? Like I know the OTC pairs like trade differently, but I feel like, it's been a lot of times where I've been like trading and like I have good days, for example, I have good days I make like 1,000 on pocket option or like 2,000. And then there's like times where I feel like with the OCT pairs, OTC pairs is like they just like I don't know if it's moving choppy, but how can I explain? Like it doesn't just move smoothly. Like there's
I
days
know,
where it moves smoothly and there's days where it's like it's super choppy.
bro. Trust me, I know what you're talking about, and I'm gonna tell you what the answer is, and you're probably not gonna like it. But the reality is that OTC is over the counter prices. They're synthetic,
Right,
they're not real prices. So
right.
synthetic prices that belong only this broker. That's it. Only the users of this broker. So it's basically pitting one trader against another only within the broker because the price,
Okay.
yeah, the price isn't even real. It's synthetic. So essentially, what you're doing, you can grab a couple of quick W's, OTC, and the payout on it is amazing, and people are
Mm-hmm.
cool with it. But the reality is, you don't have any real data, all right, to back
Backing
some
it.
of these prices
Okay.
on. So if you're looking at the OTC prices and their actual prices in the market, you're gonna be like, damn, the only thing I could do on this OTC chart right now is go only on what this chart is showing me, right? But you can't
Mm-hmm.
even trust the OTC charts because it's synthetic. It's not even real prices. So this is why I only trade with real currency pairs, with real
Okay.
assets. Yeah. So like for example, I skip all this OTC stuff. This is extra money for the broker. I mean, end of the day. But when you actually trade with the market, that's why the payouts are low. And so they're gonna bait you with a higher payout because it is synthetic to the broker. But still, no matter what the payout is, if I see the setup is good and the payout is so and so, I'm gonna go with that because I can actually look at the actual market prices, right? And
Right.
and and base my positions on what the actual market is doing.
Okay. No, I definitely understand because I feel like I feel like the OTC pairs I've definitely like you said I've definitely made money on it. Like I'm not gonna say like I've had a horrible time because I made like I made over $25,000 like in a week on OTC pairs. So like I get what you're trying to say. I just felt like I wasn't really understanding because at first when I first got into the HFX game, I didn't really know too much about OTC pairs. Like I would say like I'm a good technical trader,
Yeah.
so when it comes to like just trading anything, I feel like, it's not like you said, not much of a difference, but the difference is like you said, there's nothing really backing it besides like they're pitting us against each other. So that makes more sense. I used to just be confused,
So,
like,
so now you know the next time you're trading OTC, you're like, you already know what the assignment is. The assignment is get the other guy. Really.
okay.
But for everyone that's learning, for everyone that is actually learning how to trade correctly, because pocket option
Mm,
is just one broker out of thousands of brokers. So when you actually learn how to trade according to real market data,
mm,
you'll always be good no matter where what broker you trade with. But yeah, anyone could go the OTC route and get some quick licks, and that's it. So shout out to you. I mean, you made your bread, so shout out to you. Most people, most full time workers in the United States make 35,000 a year, 40,000.
right, right. Like
So
that
the
was my
fact that
first,
you
like that
make
was my first
45
time really
G's,
like,
that's great.
right. That was my
Congratulations.
first time actually making that much, and I was just like, okay, like like I want to know more. Like obviously, I'm trying to get more into like how people are trading more like with the pips and the lot sizes. So I'm trying to like focus more into that because I know like I said I I'm good at like reading the charts and knowing how to mark it up and have an edge against the market. So
No,
that's why I'm kind of like trying to pivot towards that way now because I see more people making money that way. I just was trying to figure out like if this is like I still see people that trade regular forex do HFX too. So I just like always wonder like okay like not saying there's one's better than the other, but I feel like time expiration is obviously easier because it's like
oh
you
yeah,
know
the way I look at it is like everyone should learn all styles of trading, including stock options, including
right okay
including so it's just so forex is forex, but binary options is like forex options. The same way how stocks have stock options, forex has
hmm
binary options. It's just called binary, but it's really forex options. In some countries, they consider it forex options.
right because it's time
Yeah. So, all right, man. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. And since you like OTC trading, I actually got a crazy program that I'm gonna put you on to. So just remind me of my DM, and I'm gonna put you on to OTC broker that's even more beast than pocket option. Because pocket option be playing sometimes. But
Yeah, thank you.
appreciate you, man. Take care. Sheesh, that's pretty dope, right, guys? Damn, type dollar signs in the chat if you just like to hear money talks. You know, dollar signs in the chat if you like to hear money talks. Holly, is it too late to join Mine on Billions? No, it's not too late at all. Feel free to just go on to mineonbillions.pro and participate. Deadshot asks, how do you go about your withdrawal strategy? Like everything you go, what's the percentage? That all depends on your actual needs. But what I would say is like, every month, withdraw like 20%, something like that, because you want to keep money in there in order for you to keep compounding it. Beverly, I'm a beginner. Definitely want to learn more. Go to mineonbillions.pro. I have the binary FX bootcamp right there. So look, if we go over here, mineonbillions.pro, and you go over to binary FX bootcamp, you can access it for $0, 7 days, no credit card required. So just enjoy the lesson for 7 days. That'll be a good reference point for you. Also, free trading blueprint. Be a part of our Instagram channel, and I'm always going to drop some new knowledge there. Dollar signs, yes, love it. Where can I sign up? David Bean, where can you sign up? All right, so what you could do is you can go over here to mineonbillions.pro. All right, and you go over here to Trader Marketplace. Okay, and then you're gonna see a couple of tools. We have the Binary FX membership where you get to access like really cool tools, such as like, for example, if you wanted to, go into the Binary FX station. All right, here's a couple of free apps that anyone could basically have, but here's the exclusive joint. So one of them is the Charts Plus. You go over to Charts Plus. All right, you'll see that this is basically a scanner in the making. I'm not finished creating it, so I haven't made the big announcement yet. But essentially, this is really cool because you could switch from one strategy to another real seamlessly, right? Very seamlessly, and you don't have to, do all the crazy Tradingview stuff. But I am just covering Tradingview related material because everybody has to at least learn the basics, and there's certain functionalities that you could only get on Tradingview. So if I give you a powerful indicator, for example, let me go into indicators right now, and I'll go into, for example, let me remove all indicators over here. So if I choose one of my special indicators that I've created and I never gave away, by the way, like the auto, my auto resistance and support, right? So instead of me manually doing resistances and support, I already have this already programmed, for example. That's one. Let me show you some others. Okay, if I go into, I got auto fibs, I got bull and bear trip. All right, so if I went on here, all right, this is gonna pinpoint where it thinks you should buy, where it thinks you should sell. All right, I have like so many other little indicators that like it's pretty dope, and you can create some sick strategies with it. Sheesh. Yeah, there we go. Here's more of my stuff. So like my histo mod, that's another one. This is fire. All right, you can adjust it how you want. I have so many different stuff that I'm gonna start giving away with this program that I really think that you guys are gonna like, and I'm gonna give it away for free. So like, I really care about people trading and winning with trading, because there's not many of us, man, that's trading. Some people don't even want to learn this. They don't want to learn it because it's boring or whatever the case may be. But honestly, after a while, it gets to a point where where you can take anybody from anywhere and they'll be like, wait a second, this right here, that's a high point. I could sell right here. And look, because they did something as simple as that and they sold, all right, 131 pips, that's 13,000 to someone trading on 10 standard lots. That's 1,300 for someone trading on a standard lot. right? Anyone can sit back and be like, hey, look, this is touching this level, it's touching this low. Well, you know what? Let me try to buy right here. Boom. Quick little trade. Bam. 56 pips. That's $560 on a standard lot. That's $5,680 on 10 standards. Like literally, I get so passionate about this. I'm like, yo, if people don't see that this is something worth learning, oh man, unfortunately, you're gonna be behind. And so while we have, the whole world panicking on what's going on with this currency, that currency, Argentina went from one of the richest countries on planet Earth to being one of the poorest countries right now due to hyperinflation. Venezuela had hyperinflation. There's countries from all around the world that experience hyperinflation. You don't know what inflation is this, right? You know how we go to the store, we could, get a bottle of water for $1, $2, $1.50, right? Check this out. You know what hyperinflation is? Where a penny can't even buy you that water bottle. A penny wouldn't be able to buy you that water bottle. A $20 bill won't be able to buy you that water bottle. A $50 bill won't be able to buy you one simple thing in the grocery store. But when you understand currencies, when you understand this stuff, right? The media can't manipulate you because you're looking at the data for yourself. You're actually seeing what's going on. Like here, look, this is the money markets. Forex is the largest financial market on planet Earth. We deal with the #1 financial market on planet Earth, and that is currency. Come on, somebody. Type 777 in the chat if y'all feeling me right now, because, somebody got to teach y'all. Sheesh. I look at some of the instructors out there, and I'm like, all right, cool, bro. You're doing your thing, bro, but you don't know what I know. You don't know what I know, and you haven't touched the money I touched. And just to be clear, because I don't want nobody to think I'm cocky, listen, we go through ups and downs. Business go up and down. Investment go up and down. There's always a new devil in every new level. So when I got to a level, a multi-million-dollar level, not 1 million, not 2, not 3, a multi-million-dollar level, okay? I started to have challenges that I never faced before in my life. And when I was seeking mentorship, I didn't have much people to turn to. The people who I did have to turn to were too busy doing other business deals. They were too busy traveling the world doing it. At a certain point, there's no one else that can mentor you. Very few can mentor you. Okay? Look, Holly is saying Canada is heading towards hyperinflation. I believe it. No disrespect. I'm Puerto Rican from the Bronx. I moved to Queens, right? My family moved to Queens. So Bronx born, Queens bred. Half of the Bronx, half of Queens. And I can tell you right now, I'm Puerto Rican. We were taught to be Democrats our whole life. But once I started to make money, real money, when I started to open up businesses, and I saw how much taxes I was paying, for the first time in my life, I was asking myself, damn, man, like, I'm giving up all this money. Where is this even going to? And I followed that rabbit hole. It's going to nothing. It's going everywhere but us. I didn't even have, when I first cracked, I think when I had my first $150,000 a year, I did not even have health insurance that year. I didn't even have health insurance for myself that year. But then I had other people that I knew, all right? Again, no disrespect. I'm talking money here. I had other people that I knew that was like, hey, look, check out this new government program that's modifying our bodies for free. So where's my money going to? Where's my bread going to? I started to ask myself those questions for the first time ever. Because when you giving up so much money, you're like, yo, where is this going to? What is my money going to? What are y'all buying with my money? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can read it between the lines, man, listen, New York is crazy, okay? It's too many giveaways in New York. In California, too many giveaways in California. I got a sister that live out there. I visit California a couple of times for business. And there's other cities, right, that do all these giveaways, but have the worst quality of life. And those that do have a great quality of life, they're at the completely other side of the spectrum. They're at the upper class. They're at the wealthy class, while everyone else is at the bottom of the bottom. The middle class is shrinking. I was learning this back in 2012. The middle class is shrinking. You're either going to get to a point where you have money or you don't have money. And it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Trust me, it's getting crazy. So when I got to these certain levels, I started questioning certain things. Then I started to face new challenges. Then I started to get people freezing up my money. I started to get people giving me all kinds of obstacles, sophisticated issues that I never dealt with before. You know, in the streets at least, you know what I'm saying? If somebody owe you money, then I'm going to go with a crew and I'm going to go see that person. But what do you do in the corporate side of things? You can't do that, right? Like, you got to do everything by the book. You got to get your lawyers. You got to get this. You got to get that. Everything has to be absolutely professional. But they're robbing you. They robbing you. So let me tell you, I'll tell you one of the battles that I dealt with. One of the battles that I dealt with is after I signed a contract to be an educator, created everything that I had in my heart for that company, right? I created so many different things. I developed so many different powerful educators. I developed tons of relationships with people from all around the world. I put that company on the map because, you know, in the competition spectrum, my product was the one thing that all these other companies did not have, right? What happens when it was convenient enough? Goodbye, Nes. Goodbye. When it was convenient enough, some of the people that I put into position were the ones that took me out on some Steve Jobs shit. Okay? I was the highest paid educator. There's too much money flowing into me. Not everybody likes that. In your face, they smile at you like, you're doing a good job. I'm proud of you, bro. No, they're not. They want a slice of your money. All right? There's no friends on Wall Street, the same way how there's no friends in the trading industry. Like, when you are actually a provider, a service provider, there are no friends. Everyone's trying to come for your bag. Everyone, right? And so when you get into a position where your money is locked in multiple ways, right? You're investing in bad deals because you really trust certain people. You invest into bad deals, your money's locked, and then you have, you know, more people trying to stick it to you. It gets a little crazy. This is stuff that no one could mentor me on. I had to experience all this myself. So for a whole year, due to a non-compete clause, I had to sit back. I had to play a very passive role. You know, I attempted to strike a deal with another company, and you know, they weren't on my vibration. They weren't really understanding what I could bring to the table. They were looking at me like I was a bum. Like, okay, what do you bring to the table, bro? Everybody you have in your company. This is the second company. Everybody you have in your company were my students. Every single one. Every single one. Everything that you have is from a system that I developed. You're just creating a Me Too company, but you're cutting me out of the equation. It doesn't make sense, right? So people will come for you, and they'll come for you in the most sophisticated ways. You know, it just you can't fight your way out of it. You just have to deal with it. You know, and you have to play it smart. So right now I'm in position where I'm finally a free agent again. And I'm getting ready for a big launch. But before I do that, while I'm transitioning and getting prepared for a big launch, I want to make sure I'm giving some free value before I'm no longer available. So type 777 in the chat if you feel me right now, because listen, I touch levels that, you know, has certain challenges in it that I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? So I'm here for y'all, yo. You know, like I want to see people win. If I see you with a bag, if I see you having high levels of success, okay, I'm gonna run up to you. I'm gonna give you a hug. I'm gonna embrace you. I want you to invite me to the barbecue. I want you to invite me to the celebration. Listen, we need more of that. You can ask my wife. You know, we lived in communities where when we walked outside, people will look at us and automatically not even like us because we were young with exotic cars, with all kinds of influencers visiting our home. They didn't like that. They even accused me of running a commercial business. What? What? So different devils at different levels, but you know what? Your boy Ness is here to have your back. All right. So I'm not here to guide you on only how to make a quick profit. I want to help people create wealth for themselves for real. You know why? Because when I walk outside, I want to see different faces. I want to see my people winning. I don't want to see people who don't want me to be here. I don't want to see people who don't want me to be here. I want to be surrounded by good people, right? That knows what it's like to come from the bottom, right? And appreciate everything that they have. So when they walk out the door, they're breathing that fresh air. They soaking in that that nice sunshine. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's different. I want to see people win by any means necessary. Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. You know, show me some love in the Instagram channel. I'm gonna post up the link. Show me some love in the Instagram channel. I want this to be high engaging. All right, we're gonna get into some more juicy stuff. So, you know, stay tuned. All right, and take care. Thank you for the love. I really appreciate it. It is really amazing. I love you guys. Peace out.